Good morning, and it is indeed morning. As you can tell, it's still pretty dark out here. We're out at Bob Jones Nature Center, or Nature Refuge and Center in Southlake. You can look behind me. I don't know if you can see them very well, but there's a cell phone tower there, covered in buzzards or black vultures that are there every morning. This is on Whitechapel Road. You come out the road as you're coming along. If you watch for that cell tower, there's a car coming. You can see the sign behind me. It says Blue Sim. It's probably backwards, but trust me, that's what it says. Let those cars get by me so you can hear. And then you turn in, there's a little entryway, parking lot. That light over there is Joe sitting at the little picnic bench. It's under this tree. It's dark, so she's got a flashlight so we can see because it's early. It's about 10 till 6, I think, somewhere in that area. And if you come in and you park and come around this little trail where I'm walking now, you turn, you can't see it, but back off behind me you can faintly see some reflectors. That's the entrance to the trail that we will eventually go down, that will take us down by the lake. It's got a little gravel area here. There's the picnic bench again. So I'm gonna go take a break. We're gonna have a quick little bite to eat, and then I'll be back and we'll start navigating down the trail and show you some things that's going on out here. All right, here we go, getting ready to start. We've had our little breakfast, and you see the lights up, and as you can see behind me, if you can read backwards, this is the Walnut Grove Trail, created by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Here comes a car, so I'll be quiet. There we go. Now, there's the cell tower that I was pointing out earlier. Whitechapel Road behind us. And as you can see, the trail that goes off, the trees and the picnic bench where we were sitting a few minutes ago. And I'm going to walk up toward the entrance and show you that, and then we'll get headed off down and start seeing what is waiting for us today. There are times that we've come out here much earlier to catch the sunrise, and an important thing to bring along is a flashlight. Here we are at the entrance to the trail. As you can see behind me, there's a map that shows all of Bob Jones Park and a sign where they post important notices. And there's Joe standing at the entrance of the trail, so we're going to head off into the woods and see what's waiting. I'll be back in a bit. Well, we've gone down the trail not terribly far, but due to all the rain, as you can see, the trail's a bit overgrown behind me there. You can see some of the trail and all the bushes. We even have some little yellow flowers starting to bud out. This is why when you head out to places like this, you want to wear long pants and proper shoes, because you never know what's going to be waiting for you. Well, there's part of the joys of being close to the airport. Had to wait for an airplane to pass over. You can hear it fading in the distance a little bit, but we've gone just a little bit further, and I was thinking, well, the trails aren't bad after all the rain, and then we hit some of this. So there's still some runoff. We had a couple days of some pretty good thunderstorms going on, so if you are heading out to Bob Jones, be aware that there's water on some of the trails. It's a bit muddy, so just prepare accordingly. Apparently we had a good bit of rain. I mean, it thunderstormed. We did have a lot, but more trails. And that's the main trail behind me. Thankfully, there's a little side trail. You can just kind of see that we managed to go around that. Otherwise, we'd have had to either turn back or wade through all of that. Pretty wet out here. So if you are coming out again, you want to dress accordingly because it's probably going to take a day or two for this to all dry up. Well, here we are, and I just wanted to pause for a minute because this is set up by the Army Corps of Engineers. We have these nice signs that show you where the trail is going. And of course it says, use only when dry. Oops. Oh well, we're going to press on. Well, we've gone a little over a mile, probably about a mile and a quarter. And we've left all the wooded area. As you can see, it opens up because now we're down by the lake, about to hit the lake. You can barely see it, but there's a boat out there pulling a skier this early in the morning. There's a nice little bay over there. Already seen a few birds. A little bit earlier, we couldn't get any videos or pictures of it, but saw a Mississippi kite, heard a squeak, and it had a mouse in its talons as it was flying away. So I don't know if you can hear that on the video, but number of birds. Of course, crows, they're always out here. Seems to be a popular hangout for them out here at Bob Jones. So we're going to move on down the lake and see what else we can see. We are down by the lake and it's flooded pretty good. You can see the sun shining on it. You probably can't see it. I was hoping he would start making his noise again, but there's a great white egret out on one of the branches, and of course the crows, they're always out here, always obnoxious, being crows. That's what they do. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a hawk nearby going off. We're down right by the lake, and behind me you can see these stumps and trees out there. Just last week we were out there walking out by those, getting some pictures of some birds out there, greater yellowlegs and some killdeers. I'll see about those pictures. Maybe I can put them on for you. But you can see how much this is flooded from the rain. What a difference a week makes. Well, here we are. We've gone a little over a mile and a half, probably, give or take. We're sort of on the other side of the lake. If you look back at that little clearing right over there is where we were a little bit ago, where we came out from the trail. There's the lake. We've come to a little point that sort of extends out on this side over here. And the lake and the trail continue on around. There's a nice little clearing down behind me where you can sit and have a picnic if you want. We've come down here before. Not a lot of bird activity. There's a nice little house back up behind me in the trees there. Probably due to it being all overcast and cloudy and left over from the rain, but still overall a pleasant day. Not too hot, cooler than it has been. As you can see all the clouds up behind me. And of course you can still hear the crows going on as they always do. It's one thing out here that seems like there's a rookery of crows that live somewhere around here, because they seem like they're always out here, always making a ruckus, making a fuss, making a noise. Between that and the aircraft from the airport, it's never completely quiet out here, but it's still very pretty, very peaceful, very enjoyable. Well, here we are back where we started. We finished. As you can see behind me, there is the entrance to the trail. There's the cell tower that was covering all the buzzards this morning. They've all gone off to do buzzardy things for the day, look for dead stuff to eat and things like that. So I'm going to head back to the house, go through the photos, and I'll be back with you shortly. Well, we made it back from Bob Jones Park today, and in spite of the flooding from the rain, we survived. No drownings or anything like that. So if you do go to Bob Jones Park after the rain, be prepared, because some of the trails do get muddy and flood. So something just to be aware of. But still, not too bad. The lake water was up, so it changes the dynamics of that, where you can get to access to it. But overall, it is still a very positive experience, lots of fun. So thanks for joining me on this video, and I'll post links in the comment section below, maps, directions, other information. I'll be looking forward to seeing you again in the future. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thanks, and have an awesome day.